If it wasn't about finding food, why did they do it?
Because evolution usually works with what it has. New body structures don't crop up very often.
Spider ancestors diversify in ways that tightly correlate with crustacean diversification.
Welcome, curious minds, to the fascinating world of evolution. Today, we're uncovering an astonishing story that's been hidden in plain sight: the evolutionary arms race that gifted insects their incredible wings. While many of us think flight is all about chasing nectar among blooming flowers, the truth is even more thrilling. Insects took to the skies over 100 million years before flowering plants ever appeared. So, what drove these little pioneers into the air? Join us as we explore an ancient rivalry that transformed the course of evolution: the relentless pursuit of insects by cunning, predatory spiders. This high-stakes game of survival not only shaped the wings of our insect friends, but also forced spiders to adapt in unexpected ways. Ready for an adventure through time, adaptation, and competition? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive into the wonders of nature. Let's unleash the secrets of evolution and discover how this incredible arms race paved the way for today's buzzing, fluttering, and soaring insect life, the dawn of an evolutionary rivalry. To set the stage for this remarkable narrative, we must journey back over 500 million years ago, home to the Cambrian period, when the first members of the group Chelicerata, which includes spiders and their ancient relatives, began to appear in the oceans. These early predators preyed on crustaceans that were the forebears of insects. As the pressure from these chelicerate ancestors intensified, crustaceans sought refuge on land, marking the beginning of a predator-prey battle that would evolve into the intricate arms race driving insect flight. As crustaceans adapted to life on land, the chelicerate predators began to follow, plunging into an uncharted territory. This interspecies rivalry initiated a co-radiation process, wherein both groups diversified in a dance of adaptation amidst the changing landscape. Fossil evidence supports this correlation, revealing a chaotic interplay between predator and prey, with insects and spiders evolving simultaneously, each step influenced by the pressures exerted by the other. Fossils from Scotland dating back to 400 to 412 million years provide the earliest evidence of insects, while early spider-like ancestors made their debut around 385 million years ago. Intriguingly, these ancient spiders began their existence as simple silk producers, possibly utilizing silk to aid in burrowing or to create safety lines. The mere existence of these webs signified a shift in how both predators and prey operated in their environments. The birth of flight, a defensive adaptation. The fossil record, albeit fragmented, offers vital glimpses into this elemental struggle. While the specifics of how insects first achieved powered flight remain elusive, it is surmised that varying pressures exerted by arachnid predators contributed to the evolutionary leap. Early insects, likely predecessors of the winged creatures we see today, began asserting dominance over aerial spaces as evolutionary adaptations allowed them to escape the numerous threats present within their habitats. The earliest flying insects can be traced back to the Carboniferous period and exhibited characteristics reminiscent of modern-day dragonflies, including large membranous wings that allowed for agile maneuverability. As new predatory pressures emerged, these insects had to not only learn to take to the air, but also master intricacies of flight to escape hungry arachnids. Accordingly, the evolution of powered flight can be likened to a defensive adaptation. The insects soared into the skies in a bid for survival, capitalizing on the three-dimensional space that the air provided. By the late Carboniferous to early Permian period, approximately 298 million years ago, flying insects flourished, while spider populations continued to thrive alongside them. Spiders merely transformed into multifaceted hunters, constructing elaborate webs that enticed aerial prey. This moment in evolutionary history marks a critical juncture. a period characterized by the flexibility and adaptability of insects, coupled with a dramatic rise in the diversity of spider species. The spider's web, an ingenious predatory strategy. The marvel of webs as predatory tools exemplifies the ingenuity of evolutionary adaptations. Initially, many spider ancestors made use of silk for simple structures that could assist in capturing prey or lining burrows. However, as time progressed, these structures became more complex, evolving into intricate web designs that enhanced the spider's ability to capture agile insects in flight. In the Triassic period, we witnessed the emergence of orb-weaving spiders that utilized circular, spiral web structures designed specifically for catching insects in motion. This marks an evolution in silk morphology, anatomy, and usage, creating a revolutionary enhancement in how arachnids could immobilize their prey. The building of these webs allowed spiders to become formidable hunters and introduced an exciting dynamic to the predator-prey relationship. The biodiversity of both spiders and their flying insect prey flourished, reflecting the intense competition between carpenters of silk and masters of flight. Fossils show that numerous flying insect types developed adaptations to evade capture, leading to a plethora of strategies aimed at outmaneuvering traps set by trapdoor inhabitants of the terrestrial landscape. The rising complexity of interaction. The complex webs spun by araneomorph spiders exemplified a transition phase within predator-prey interactions during this ancient epoch. As insects devised more adept means of flight, spiders responded by developing greater agility and cunning strategies for predation. It was in this atmosphere of fierce competition that new insect types began to emerge. By the Permian period, the arms race had escalated. Insects in this era possessed increasingly sophisticated means of evasion, while spiders honed their skills, resulting in diverse spider species with specialized webs that captured specific types of prey. This refined specialization allowed spider species to exploit niches within their ecosystems more effectively. With the expansion of forested areas, plant structures facilitated the rise of web building. Trees provided spiders with high vantage points from which to launch their silken traps, allowing more complex webs to be constructed and deployed. This newfound availability of resources fundamentally transformed the living landscape of insects, prompting them to adapt to the intricacies woven into the natural world. The Golden Age of Webs and Wings. The Jurassic period represents the apex of this evolutionary drama, characterized by an explosion of spider and insect diversity. Fossils entombed in amber unveil the interactions of this age, preserving moments of predation between flying insects and their eight-legged adversaries. One such amber specimen, preserved from about 110 million years ago, captures the tableau of a fly and a mite ensnared in silk, a haunting snapshot rendered through the lens of time that highlights the gravitational pull of predator-prey interactions. However, a seismic shift occurred by the end of the Cretaceous period, which heralded a dramatic transformation in the narrative. The introduction of avian predators into this evolutionary equation changed the battlefield of the arms race. Birds and the ancestors of mammals began hunting both insects and spiders alike, transforming the landscape and amplifying predation pressures significantly. As hungry birds flew overhead, spiders faced the daunting challenge of evolving new strategies to adapt to their novel aerial competitors. Webbing, once a tremendous asset for capturing airborne prey, transformed into a potential liability. Avian hunters, drawn to webs as indicators of food availability, forced some spider species to adapt away from silk structures altogether. By the late Cretaceous, numerous spiders had turned back to land, seeking out insects through ground-level predation, markedly altering the evolutionary trajectory of these ancient arachnids. Adaptive divergence, the emergence of non-web-based spiders. The adaptive shift away from silk production and web-based hunting paved new paths for spiders. In their quest for survival, those that returned to a ground-dwelling existence began to explore alternative predatory tactics. Faced with dwindling energy resources required for web maintenance, some spiders adopted hunting methods reminiscent of their ancient ancestors, relying less on webs and more on direct predation. The lineage of non-web-based spiders thrived amidst evolving habitats. Species like wolf spiders and tarantulas capitalized on their terrestrial advantages to become adept hunters of various prey. These spiders exhibited increased mobility and agility on the ground, establishing a new paradigm for predation that eschewed the risks associated with traditional web building. Emerging from the ashes of once dominant aerial webs, this group of analog spiders began to specialize in other methods of hunting. They created nets, trapping prey in different manners, while also returning to foundational behaviors associated with egg brooding and burrow lining to protect their young. Through this diversification, spiders continued to find their niche across the myriad ecosystems present on Earth. Understanding the arms race, a modern perspective. Fast forward to contemporary evolutionary biologists like Caroline Chabot, who draw compelling parallels between these age-old natural arms races and current competitive relationships found in human history. The term arms race in ecology provides an illuminating lens to examine the ongoing competition among species, each developing defensive adaptations while evading predation, a phenomenon that is increasingly crucial for understanding the mechanics of evolution. Chabot notes that the dynamics of evolutionary interactions can be remarkably swift in nature. Pathogens, like drug-resistant bacteria, demonstrate rapid adaptations, necessitating countermeasures from medical professionals, mirroring the predator-prey arms race on a broader scale. The competition can exist at the level of genes, sexes, or individuals, she explains, with one organism adapting defenses to ward off attacks while the other evolves mechanisms to exploit vulnerabilities. With renewed vigor, Chabot and her team have begun research into tortoise beetles, focusing on the unique defensive strategies employed by these species. Tortoise beetles develop interesting physical, behavioral, and chemical traits, highlighting the profound variability that exists even in creatures that might seem unassuming. Young tortoise beetles use camouflage and mimicry to elude predation while publicizing their defenses through unique behaviors that showcase just how far adaptive evolution can stretch. The research aims to uncover what constitutes a successful defense mechanism and how these adaptations can lead to speciation, a topic that touches directly on the broader themes of diversity and evolutionary resilience. Observing these beetles' strategies can illuminate aspects of evolving defenses and predation tactics across diverse taxa beyond insects, including mammals, birds, and more. Co-evolutionary dynamics, future directions. Insects have made vast strides in their evolutionary history, growing from land-dwelling ancestors into the aerial-adapted creatures that define ecosystems today. The journey of flight, born from the need to escape predation, echoes through the annals of evolutionary biology, offering a poignant reminder that evolution is not merely a linear progression, but a complex intertwining of adaptations, responding to environmental pressures and competitive relationships. The co-evolutionary story of spiders and insects is a dynamic tapestry, revealing that even amidst challenges, the instinct to survive fuels the unyielding push towards innovation and diversity. As we unearth and piece together these remarkable stories of evolution, we come to appreciate the profound connections binding Earth's life forms together. As both spiders and insects continue to thrive in an ever-changing world, they spur ongoing discussions about the relationships they form with each other and their environments. Researchers strive to pull back the layers of evolutionary history to understand how pressure from predators led insects to take to the skies and how spiders adapted to remain effective hunters. Conclusion: interwoven threads of evolution. In conclusion, The evolution of insects and their flight is a captivating narrative rooted in an intricate dance of competition and adaptation. The evolutionary arms race driven by ancient spiders carved out a world where powered flight became a formidable defensive mechanism that altered the fates of both predators and prey. This saga illustrates how survival strategies evolve in tandem, revealing the complex interactions and interdependencies among Earth's species. From the ancient marine ancestors that transitioned to land to modern insects soaring through the sky, this narrative is profoundly tied to the evolutionary legacies we observe today. Understanding these dynamics not only enriches our appreciation for the intricate networks of life, but also sheds light on the mechanisms that drive species forward, showcasing the resilience inherent in nature. As we continue to explore the vast expanses of our evolutionary history, the co-evolutionary dynamics of spiders and insects remain a key focal point, a testament to the inventive strategies life employs to adapt, survive, and flourish. The ever-evolving story of life on Earth is one worth telling, as it informs our view of nature and encourages future inquiries into the realm of biodiversity, evolution, and the stunning complexity of our living planet.